Zachary Adamson, and for my Educators Inquiring About the World research project, I chose to focus on Tasmanian devils, the conservation of them, and also the impact they have on their ecosystem. Summary of the issue. The Tasmanian devil is a marsupial native to the island of Tasmania. In the mid-1990s, scientists first identified the devil facial tumor disease, a cancer that would spread through the colonies of devils through facial contact with an almost 100% fatality rate once that individual had contracted the cancer. This disease has led to the Tasmanian devil population reducing across the island at a rate of between 60 and 90% dependent on the region. This has led to the introduction of several conservation efforts across Australia. However, the reduced devil population has meant that smaller animals are no longer protected from feral cats, which is having a large impact on the broader ecosystem, especially for small mammals and birds. The main conclusion that was drawn from the research was that in order for the Tasmanian devil to not only survive as a species, but in order to thrive and effectively contribute to the ecosystem, there is required to be a large number of both government and non-government organisations that will need to work in collaboration to make that happen. The funding that the conservation efforts receive from public contributions has been pivotal up to this point in regards to conservation. However, this is not a new issue and has been around for over 30 years, and therefore public are donating less and less money. Due to this, governments at both a state and a national level are required to step up to the plate and continue to fund these efforts. Additional to this, a key finding that was brought up was the impact they have on the population. The protection that it provides from feral cats ensures the populations of animals such as the bandicoot and small birds does not diminish and they're protected, and this again further assists other native species. Why is this a critical issue? This is a critical issue as if the Tasmanian goes extinct, there will be broad impacts on both the micro and macro scales. On the micro scale, eliminating an apex predator will have broad-reaching effects on the entire ecosystem. In this particular situation, the Tasmanian devil is responsible for ensuring the feral cat population stays below a threshold. This ensures the survival of small native birds and mammals such as the bandicoots. Without the elimination of feral cats, many other native species are at risk of reduced populations and possible extinctions. At an international level, losing an apex predator would bring into question the conservation efforts that are currently in place, as well as asking the questions as to why money was not spent on this earlier. So greatly impact the global public losing other species, and which could have been prevented had aspects been put in place earlier. What can be done about it? Luckily, the population size has been found to be likely to reach a plateau in the next 10 or so years, which is a promising concept. However, there's still things that can be done, and this cannot be assured. Therefore, the Tasmanian devil must have a focus on coordinated and succinct conservation program that will allow healthy colonies to be reintroduced into the wild in both Tasmania and mainland Australia. The reintroduction of the species in mainland Australia has already begun with a new colony in New South Wales, with a possibility that this species could come back stronger than ever at both a national level and in Tasmania, reintroducing the animals to areas that haven't been before. And that concludes the presentation.